Hi, I'm Diane Schroeder. I'm a member of the Northfield Arts Guild. I'm producing this video for my Arts Guild friends to show what I'm working on. So my husband and I were traveling up to Kawishui River, and like whenever we go somewhere, I take a lot of pictures, like just rocks and trees coming out of them, and more rocks with more trees coming out of them, and more trees and rocks. And I just study how they grow and live together. This was so beautiful. This is the actual color. It was just as the water was rushing in to shore, and the sand and the way the sun was hitting it was just gorgeous. I ended up not using that in my painting because nobody would believe me. Okay, so this is the one I chose. It's just a beautiful, peaceful looking photo, but it still to me seemed like there was something missing. So what I do in Photoshop is I'll say, hey, what about if I use this boat? So I take my Photoshop tool and, okay, it's tied up to this tree, and I'm outlining this boat. Okay, copy it. I'm going to get rid of it, and then I paste it on top. Okay, and I'm going to make this much smaller and see where it can fit. Where should I dock this boat? Maybe here. So I play with different elements to see what works. So I just roughly cut something out and say, maybe that would be nice. And so I've gone ahead and I'll show you what other images that I am trying out. So here is an orange tree. It's like a dead tree. Okay, so I'm thinking, if I use that, should I keep it small, or should I just zoom it right off the top and change the whole depth of. Okay, so it's just trying different things. Let's get rid of the tree. What if I wanted a darker sky? How would that look? And it's not quite the right tonal value. There's just something not quite right. But and then what's fun too is I take the eraser tool on medium sky. Okay, here we go. Take my eraser tool, I'm making it quite large, and then just kind of make a soft swipe across the bottom. Bingo! I think I've got it. So now it looks better. Other things, okay, we got to put a reflection in of that sky. So I just cut out this area and then flipped it upside down, put it in the water, and I'm thinking, where is that going to look best? So I move it around, and now I'm going to change the color so it matches a little better, or not. So so it feels like part of the whole painting. How about adding some rocks? See here? And maybe some rocks over here. And what if I want to bring those out a little bit, or maybe move them over here? It's actually the same rock, but when I go to paint it, I change the shape so it doesn't look like I've copied one and reversed it. And what else have I got here? I added an island. Okay, so you can move it around and say, where should I put it? Here or here? And this is what happens when you don't start with really good photos, or what am I trying to say? Reference material. If you have one photo that has all of these elements to work from, then you can just jump right in and start painting and say, this is cool, and you know, you wouldn't have to go through this process. But I'm never satisfied, so, what else did I, okay, what's this? Oh, yes, this is the reflection of this island. Okay, so that needs a reflection in the water. You can see the difference that makes, I hope. Can you see that? The island and the reflection. And all I did was cut this out. I'll show you quick. So make sure I'm on the right layer. Control C. Okay, so here's a duplicate image of that. And then all I did was transform it this way and drag it down a little bit, like it should be in the water. And then I reduced the opacity. If you can see, I'm trying to figure out just how bright or dim it should be, so it looks real. I'll stop there. And then take the eraser tool and leave some holes for water coming through. See that? And this is all done so roughly so that I just get an idea of what it can look like. Okay, I'll shut that off. So you can see my process of, I'm interested in what this, okay, orange tree, what that would look like. Can change it, maybe put it over here. Maybe put it over here. Maybe make it taller. So it just, this tool is so helpful. In Photoshop there's Control Z when you make a mistake. In oil painting there is no Control Z. Oh my. Once it's there, especially when you work with the wet on wet method, there's no, it's really tough to cover something like that up again. Alright. I'm not telling you anything new, I know that. So then, once I get this done, I found some geese to put in the sky. Do I want to save changes? Not this time. So this is what I ended up with. And this is my painting. I added some geese. And here's the water, and it's very turbulent. But my initial thought was to paint this and call it Flyby, because we got the geese flying this way, and I wanted to show that we're flying by like in a car, so that the whole front of this was blurry, but I just simply could not pull that off. It just looked like a mess. I couldn't, it just, maybe next time I'll paint it better, but this time it didn't work. I'll make this bigger so I can show how I experiment once again. But what if I put a canoe in there? What if I added another canoe? What about an extra tree? A couple of extra trees. What if I put these in the foreground? So what I thought I'd do is try and develop a base where you're standing taking this picture, right? So that requires some foreground, like rocks or whatever. So that maybe these rocks, and how about a path? Maybe we're gonna, maybe I'm standing on this path and I'm looking out, and so this leads your eye into the water, and you know, I was going to try and accomplish that. But I did do something with grass in this corner because I wanted it to feel like we're coming, like I'm on shore, right? I'm coming to shore. And rocks on the right, which I did not label correctly. How about these? You know what? I'm going to take you to the final painting, and I'm going to show you what I decided on. Okay, I'm going to hand hold my camera, so I hope you don't get seasick. But I just want to tell you that I lined my work table with butcher wrap, and I tell you, this is the best. You can slide your brushes on here, you can mix your paint, you can use your palette knife. It just slides so nice when you're mixing paint, and it doesn't go through to your table. Anyway, that's my helpful hint. So I decided to make grass on this corner, and then going right along, I put these this grass with little lily pads, and no boats, no island. But what I've decided with these geese is that they're really dull because I think I used too much paint thinner. So what I decided to do is to take a really fine brush, which fell on the floor, and then this Gamvar gloss. And let's see, I'll choose another fine brush here. And what I plan to do is just take that varnish and be real careful and go paint that right on these geese, and I'm hoping that's going to pop them out. So I encourage more of you to make a video and share. And thanks for watching.